Hey everyone, welcome to crafty. In this video I'm showing you how to crochet this extremely easy and very cozy blanket made with Chenille yarn. So the yarn information, hook sizes, measurements and timestamps are all listed in the description box below. Just tap that show more button and you'll find everything you need for this blanket. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll never miss a new crochet project from me. Alright, grab your hook and yarn and let's get started. Let's make a slip knot. Pop in the hook into the slip knot. And the chain rule for this pattern is very simple. So it has to be an even number. And then we're going to add +2 at the end of it. So I'm going to chain 68. Then +2 will be 70. So I'm going to chain 70 in total. So you can chain any even number +2 as wide as you want your blanket to be. Okay, I've now chained 68 +2, so that's total of 70 chains. So just make sure when you're making the foundation row, don't make the chains too loose nor too tight. So yeah, so now for the row 1, we're going to start making half double crochets starting from chain 3. So the chain on the hook counts as nothing. This is 1, 2 and 3. So yarn over, insert the hook into the third chain from the hook. Now grab the yarn. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. So again, when making half double crochets, just don't pull the yarn too tight nor too loose because the Chenille yarn can shred. So just make sure that the tension is right. So again, yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch and then yarn over again. Now there are 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. So insert the hook into the next stitch, make another half double crochet. So that's it for this row really. So we're going to carry on making half double crochets throughout the foundation row. So let's meet back when we are left with the last chain here. Okay, I've now completed making half double crochets throughout the foundation row. So now I'm left with just the last chain. So we're going to make half double crochet into that last chain. So we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into the last chain and then grab the yarn and make a half double crochet. So that is our row 1 complete. So we started with the foundation chain of 70. Now if you count your stitches, you will have 68 stitches, and that is because we used these 2 chains here at the beginning. So we skipped these chains. So these 2 chains is a turning chain, but then this is counted as a stitch for this row. So let's put a stitch marker in here just for us to know that this is a turning chain. That's the 2 chains that we skipped in. So let's leave it there. So now for the row 2, we are going to chain 1. This chain does not count as a stitch. So let's put one more stitch marker here just so that we know this is a turning chain. Because later when we come back here, it can be difficult to see. So we'll just leave that there. And now we're going to make single crochets. So we've chained 1. Now turn your work and start making single crochets. So if you look at it, so this is our last half double crochet that we just made. So we're going to make single crochet on top of it. So it's this one here, this stitch. So if you look at it from the top, it's the second chain. The chain on the hook counts as nothing. So this is 1 and this is 2. So we're going to make single crochet in here. So insert the hook into this space in such a way that both the loops of the chain are on the hook. Grab the yarn and make single crochet. So insert the hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn and make single crochet. So inserting into the next stitch, single crochet. So carry on making single crochets throughout this row. So keep going and I shall see you at the end when we are left with just one stitch. Okay, I've now completed making single crochets. So on the row 2, now I'm on to the very last stitch. So after this last stitch, I'm going to change the color. So we're going to insert the hook into this last stitch and grab the yarn. So we're going to stop there. Instead of yarning over and pulling it through, I'm going to bring in a new color. So that's the soft grey color. So I'm going to place it on the hook. Leave a nice long tail so that you can view that in later. So hold this yarn and pull it through both the loops. So that's our change in color done. So you remember these two chains that we skipped on row 1. So we are not going to make any single crochets on top of this chain. So do not make any single crochets here. So if you make single crochet on this one, the stitch count will mess up. So do not make any single crochets here. It's just a turning chain. So we're not going to make any single crochets on top of the turning chain. So now we don't need this stitch marker. We can take this off safely. Leave it there. Now since we have 2 colored yarns to work with, so this can be a bit messy and it can tangle. So what I like to do is I always keep the working yarn onto my left. The skein of this yarn will be on the left, and the mint green. So for now I'm not working with the mint green, so I keep that yarn ball onto the right so that it's just tangle free and it's easy to work with as well. So that's our row 2 complete. So now if you count your stitches, single crochet stitches, you should have 68 stitches in total for row 2. So going forwards, you'll only have 68 stitches per row throughout the blanket. Right, so for the row 3 now, we are going to chain 2 and make half double crochets. Now this is not counted as a stitch. So let's place a stitch marker so that we just know that it's just a turning chain and not counted as a stitch. Leave it there. And now turn your work and start making half double crochets just on the top of the single crochet that you just made. So it's this stitch here, so this one. So if you look at it from the top, it's the third chain. So 1, 2 and 3. It's the third chain. So yarn over and insert the hook into this space here and grab the yarn and make half double crochet. Yarn over again, insert the hook into this space, the next stitch, and make half double crochet. Yarn over again, insert the hook into the next stitch, make half double crochet. So that's it for this row really. We are going to carry on making half double crochets throughout the row, and let's meet back again when we are left with just the last stitch at the end here. Okay, I've now completed making half double crochets on row 3 and I'm left with the last stitch now. So we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into this last stitch and grab the yarn and make half double crochet. So remember, we had placed a stitch marker here, so that means this is a turning chain. So we're not going to make any half double crochets on this chain, this stitch here. So that is our row 3 complete. So now again, just a reminder that if you count your stitches, it should be 68 stitches. So I'm stressing more on the number of stitches because it's very important for you to keep counting the stitches, because if it goes wrong, so you'll have to frog this again, and Chenille yarn is not good for that. So if you keep frogging, it can shred. So it's better to be safe than be sorry. So that's why keep counting the stitches as you go. So now for the row 4, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work and start making single crochets. So before that, let's put our stitch marker again, just so that we know that's a turning chain. Okay, now we are going to make single crochet just on the top of the last half double crochet that we made. So that is this stitch here. So if you look at it from the top, it's the second chain. The chain on the hook counts as nothing. 1, 2. So this one, it's this one here. So we're going to insert our hook and grab the yarn and then make a single crochet. Insert the hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn and make single crochets. So that's it for row 4 really. So we're going to carry on making single crochets throughout, and from now onwards we're just going to repeat the half double crochet and the single crochet row. So that is row 3 and 4. So we're going to repeat row 3 and 4 over and over again until we get the desired length of our blanket. So let's finish off this row, single crochet row, that is row 4, and I shall show you again how to bring back this color on top of this one. So let's finish and let's finish the single crochet row, and let's meet back when we are left with the last stitch. Okay, I've now completed making single crochets on row 4. Now I'm left with just the last stitch. So we're going to insert the hook into this last stitch and grab the yarn, and we are stopping there. We're not completing the single crochet because I want to bring back this mint color again. So what I'm going to do is, instead of cutting the yarn, I'm just going to leave this here and bring the mint color back onto my hook. So with chenille yarn, it's better not to cut too much. So because I'm alternating the rows again and again, so it's not a good idea to cut the yarn too many times. So I'm gonna just carry over this mint yarn. So now hold the yarn tight and pull it through both the loops. So that's our single crochet complete. So now this is going to look like the strand here we have. Let me take this off this pin so that's out of my way. Okay, so this strand looks here, so the carryover strand looks like this. So we can cover this with the border that we're going to make at the end. So now from now onwards we're going to repeat row 3 and 4 again and again until we get the desired length of our blanket. So now that we have finished the single crochet row, we are going to chain 2 and turn our work and place the stitch marker here just so that we know that this is a turning chain and this is not counted as a stitch. So now we're going to make half double crochets into this space here. So that's, if you look at it from the top, it's 1, 2 and 3. It's the third chain. It's this stitch. So yarn over, insert the hook into this space here, grab the yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. So that's our half double crochet done. So yarn over again, insert the hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn and yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. So yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over again and pull through all the 3 loops. That's another half double crochet done. So yeah, keep going with this half double crochets and finish this row, and repeat row 3 and 4 again and again until you get the desired length of the blanket. but just remember that we are not going to work any stitches on the turning chains. Better to put a stitch marker so that you don't mess up the stitch count, and the stitch count should be 68 for each row until you finish the blanket. So I shall work this blanket off the camera, and let me finish this, and I shall show you how to fasten off the blanket and make the border. I've now completed the blanket, so this is my last row. So let me show you the pattern that I've made. So at the bottom, so I've just made a single crochet and a half double crochet in mint, and single crochet and half double crochet row in soft grey. So I've made a few rows of those, and then I've brought in a white colored yarn in the center. So it's just alternating between white, mint and grey. And then again at the top, I've just repeated the same as bottom. So just the soft and mint grey, and on the very top, I've just made the mint. So now let's look at how to make a border. But before that, I need to finish off this row. So this is my last stitch here. So that's a single crochet row. So we're going to insert the hook into the last stitch, grab the yarn, and now I'm going to attach the soft grey yarn because that's the one which I'm making the border with. So I'm going to bring in the soft grey yarn. So I had cut down this soft grey yarn once I finished my last row of this color. So this is I'm going to weave in these ends here. So now I'm going to bring in the soft grey yarn and pull through both the loops and pull through these ends a bit. So let's get this mint out so that we don't have to deal with it because we're all done with it. So I'm going to snap this off. And then chain one. Now we're going to make single crochets. So right after this corner, we're going to make 2 single crochets. So insert the hook in here and make 2 single crochets, both into the same chain. So that gives us a nice corner. So now we're going to place 1 single crochet into each of these stitches here. So just try to place them as evenly as possible. So insert the hook, grab the yarn and make single crochet. Just be mindful of these strands here. So when we changed colors, we just brought this over. So just be mindful. So when you're making single crochets, keep looking at the back side as well so that you've caught it in your single crochet and it's not visible. So I'm going to show you this one here. So this is a strand here now. So we're going to place our single crochet in such a way that here the strand gets inside this and it's not visible. So there you go. It's not visible now. So carry on making single crochets throughout this side of the blanket, and let's meet back again at the corner. Okay, I'm at the corner now. So at the corner we're going to make 2 single crochets, and again, so this is my foundation row. So we are going to make 1 single crochet into each one of these stitches. So similarly, carry on making single crochets on the other two sides of the blanket as well. And I shall see you once we are done with the border throughout the blanket, and I shall show you how to fasten off. Okay, I've now completed making border throughout the blanket. So now let's see how to fasten off. So I'm left with just last 2 stitches here. So I'm going to make single crochet into those stitches. Now remember, in the corner we had done 2 single crochets here at the beginning. So we're just going to make 1 single crochet in here, because we already have 2 single crochets there in the corner. So that's our corner done. So we're going to insert the hook into this top chain. So this is our turning chain, that's we chained 1. So we're going to put we're going to insert the hook into this top chain and grab the yarn and slip stitch. So that's it really. So now we're going to snip off this yarn. So I'm going to keep in a nice long tail so that I can view that end. And we're going to pull this through. And that's it really. So it's nice and secure now. So now we're going to weave this all in. And that's it really. Our blanket is now ready. Nice and cozy. Also, I have 50 rows in total for this blanket. So I hope you enjoyed making this blanket with me. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.